how the pro audio world was when you started compared to now. And when I started in 1987, the thing, I never consider myself a salesman. I always consider myself as somebody to help people get what they wanted. So in 1987, I spent a lot of time explaining to people how MIDI worked. The whole Pro Tools thing wasn't happening yet. There was some hard disk recorders, but I wasn't allowed to sell them at the company I was working at. But the thing is, over the years, I would always take gear out to people or prove to people that is something that they could use. And if they couldn't hear the difference, it didn't make any sense for them to buy it. But I would take them a better microphone or a better set of speakers, or just show them how things would work. And once we got into the Pro Tools stuff, I could walk into any studio and show somebody with their Pro Tools rig something that they didn't know about it that made things so much easier. I remember when I was at Teddy Riley's house up in New Jersey, he showed me his Sound Tool system. And Sound Tools had a display on the top that showed you the whole audio file. And on the bottom, it showed you the waveforms. But on the top, it just showed you a line. But if you hit I think it was the Option key, and clicked on that line, it showed you the display. So it made a lot more sense to you. And I showed that to him, and it just, like, his mind was blown. He was like, oh my God, I wish I knew this a long time ago. But right now, pro audio is basically people on the internet telling you how great something is, and then people just buying it blindly without listening to it. And a lot of times, it's not exactly what they want. I sold a lot of Quested monitors because I would take the Quested monitors out to people's studios, or I'd let them borrow it and let them listen, do some mixes, and then tell me if you like them or not. And they always would say, these things are fantastic. You're right. I was always the filter for my clients, because if it didn't sound good to me and didn't make sense to me, then it made no sense to show the client. I remember JBL, when they were really, really trying to get into the studio, the high-end studio monitor market. The rep was really mad at me that I wasn't taking them out and showing people. So I told him, all right, just drop off a pair, I'll take them. And I remember taking them over to Eric Bazillion's house, or his studio. And he listened to them, and his comment was, they're loud and they make my head hurt. And I told that to the rep, and he just got mad at me. And I said, I can't. And I took it to a few more people, and they told me the same thing. They just couldn't make things sound right, and they were just super loud. And what that does to my credibility is it doesn't let me get my foot in the door next time I tell the client that I have something interesting that they should listen to, because they look at the last thing that they listened to and I go, well, that wasn't that great. So now with the pro audio industry, taking things out for people to listen to, it's not, nobody's doing that anymore. People are just listening to opinions on the internet and not knowing the background of the person they're listening to. So it could be anybody. So that's the main differences. And right now, people want things yesterday, and they want things financed. And the smaller dealers can't do that. So there you go.